it is a different kind of panel, and in some way one could see that there is one common thread, which is that many of the Arab people that revolted against their governments were looking for better economic prosperity. They were looking for how to boost productivity. Clearly, much of the Arab Spring can be explained through this lack of economic democratization, how to also think about countries in connection to the international global economy in light of the international financial crisis 2008. All of that plays in the background. So, I think it's a different kind of panel, but hopefully after 2 days of an exciting conversation about how the global economy can be bettered and productivity and innovation can be bettered, we can have some interesting insights about the Arab Spring and about the Arab world generally, which is going to be very important in emerging market economy moving forward.
In my craft, innovation is truly creatively destructive. We see the internet making it possible for people to watch real events in real time as they're happening without the mediation of reporters and editors. You don't have to wait until the morning for the newspaper to arrive on your door to find out what went on. The internet is making it possible for people to read news sources at the source. Papers all around the world are available to people. You can read about what's going on in the Ukraine from Ukrainian newspapers if you want to. But of course, there's also this expectation that the internet is free, that the information that flows around the internet, sloshes around the internet, is available to all without cost. And that is proving hugely disruptive and damaging to newspapers, to broadcasters too now increasingly as well. So we're all in flux, wondering how we find a model that makes it possible to gather news, to investigate governments, to cover wars, to do the hard, dirty, gritty work of journalism in a way that still makes it possible for newspapers and other news sources to be profitable, to pay for the costs of those things.
I'm looking forward to what John Ralston-Saul has to say about this. He is the keynote, and he will also have a very interesting exchange with the audience. And I think, as you know, the audience is a very informed and curious group of people. The point of that session is really to say that innovation has two dimensions to it. It is, of course, about growth and scientific advance, but not all kinds of growth and not all kinds of scientific advance necessarily lead to broad-based economic, social, and political stability. Innovation can sometimes be inherently destabilizing. This is not a bad thing, but we at least have to be aware that it can happen, and also be aware that there might be some measures we can take to mitigate the negative consequences. So this session is about accepting the gains that come from innovation, but also trying to marshal them in a way that society as a whole benefits.